All right, good evening, Opera Omnia. Bishop here. So what I'm going to do with this is Divine Bahamut. And after running this for about 35 minutes it took, I realized I didn't have the microphone on. So I'm actually going to run this in 2x speed because I'm not going to lie, who wants to watch 35 minutes of this? Because this takes a while. 60 million HP is not a joke. So like I said, hopefully going at 2x speed makes things a little bit more, a little bit easier to watch. All right, so I'm going with Tidus, Ramza, and Celes. I actually did this with Garnet initially without Ramza, and not gonna lie, I found it so much easier with her. So I won't recommend, or I won't deny that if you bring Garnet here, you can probably knock. I think this took me about 51, 52 turns with Garnet. Yeah, you got to deal with the issue of her extra HP, you know, her follow-up attack every few turns, and that can screwball your what you're doing with the orb. That makes it tricky, but man, I'll tell you what, it sure made, you know, an extra 100 or an extra, you know, 500-600k HP taken off every few turns was real helpful here with this. So right now in the setup, what I'm doing, see, I'm not really going crazy here. I've got a ton of debuffs here. Tidus, Celes is going to have some extra debuffs with what she's got. Ramza's got, you know, taking care of all the buffs. I'm really just setting everybody up here. One thing you notice, I'm not going really completely haywire here with Tidus on, I think, is he up next? No. Not going really haywire here with Tidus's quick hits, because one thing I discovered without Garnet, you can get real close to running on fumes with Tidus. So you're actually going to see me in the middle of this a couple of times just use Tidus's HP plus with this. So as you can see here, one of the things I was testing all the time was slash combo. Where was that going to put Tidus? Because, you know, of course, obviously you needed Tidus or Celes with this team when the orb's up, because you got to freeze the orb. Ramza, you know, there's nothing, he'll move up, but he's not going to do anything where he's going to go right behind anything with that. So that's where I was fiddling with here. So like right now I'm going with Tidus's LD so I can get the repeats. Now, one thing I did notice with this, with the repeats, yeah, you do the LD here, and then you do a quick hit, you freeze the orb. Well, if you follow it with another quick hit, the orb unfreezes again. That's why I did 2 quick hits instead of doing quick hit slash combo. So if you do want to use slice and dice right here at this point, I would go slice and dice and then quick hit, then slash combo. Because if you go slice and dice, quick hit slash combo, that's going to activate the orb again. It's not because he's going back to back. Make sure you're careful there with that. So that's where you can see him, you know, kind of playing games here with the turn order and trying to make sure, like for example here. Now granted, I had 3 on the orb. It's only going to down tick by 1. I wanted to try to make sure that there wasn't an issue with Ramza blowing anybody up. Thankfully, Ramza and his HP plus is, or triple plus, whatever you want to call it, that's a thick little sucker and can, boy, does that thing do some damage. Probably should have used it a little bit more often in a couple of scenarios. All right, so orb 1 is out of the way. Like I said, I'm still really slow playing this right now. The goal right now for me is get him down to 50. And so that's why it's kind of this is the slow grind right here with this. You know, thankfully Celes, as you see here, I'm kind of watching to see when the ice block's going to be falling off. Her extra turns are great because they're only on the boss. She's absorbing a lot of the magic attacks, making those HP attacks like that one a whole lot easier to deal with. Lets me focus Tidus here on the damage. I'm going to screw up one later on because there is a B will start coming in. He's like, with a hit like that, all of a sudden you're like, oh, Celes getting a little bit low here. So that's why, for example, like I went ahead and kept Ifrit as the summon because I didn't think I was ever going to really get down below 50%. I thought I might get close, but I wasn't sure. So that's why I just went ahead and kept Ifrit, so I would automatically get that 30% attack bonus with this. And then Celes can typically heal herself back up pretty quick with that. So there you go. And it's impressive how fast Bahamut can get some turns and rip through some of the stuff that he does. All right, so back to Tidus. Thankfully, I was able to fairly well refresh his EX often, but it's coming up now. This is where the HP pluses are going to be coming real soon. All right, so yeah, I did want to make sure that I keep track of Shout and Pep on Ramza to make sure I don't lose too much here. So just coming in slash combo. Now I'm starting to worry. Okay, here comes the 59. I got to be careful. Where are we going to be so that I can take care of that orb? All right, so Celes should be, I think she's going to be EX. Yeah, so I refresh her EX here. And did I slash combo here or not? I think oh wait, so yeah, this is when the HP pluses started coming through, because I wanted to make sure that I didn't activate that orb here just yet. Since this one was 2, this was the one I wanted to make sure, okay, don't activate the 2 orb, because then you only give yourself 1 turn and you got 20% that you got to go through. So let's hold off here. So that's why I started going with the quick hits. And now I'm getting ready to activate the orb, especially when I see where Celes is. I'm figuring, okay, especially when I see Innervate here, I know Ramza is going to take him down where he needs to be. So that's why we got Runic here. There's attack number 1. And I'm going to finish that up with the Shine Edge, since I knew I had a whole bunch of turns still on the Ice Block. And the Frozen Orb, the attack from B, a little bit of a heal. And then terrible old Bahamut coming in with a very nasty HP attack. All right, so this is why I decided to slice and dice here again. Orbs up. I'm trying to take him down. I see that I got Celes in front, so I'm in good shape here. I can just kind of let it go. Like I said, the number I'm looking for right now is 50. So that's why I was like, ooh, Tidus is going to jump back in front. I'm going to get him where he is. So that's why I went quick hit here. Slash combo to get Tidus in front, because I'm going to be able to manipulate the orb here as I'm getting down to 40%. So yeah, actually here I was debating whether or not to refresh Shout, but we're going to go ahead and just get a launch and try to take him down as much as we can. And then we got Celes back up, and so like I said, I wanted to make sure Ice Block was up, so that's why I did Spinning Edge right behind it. All right, Tidus coming up. So I'm at 51. There's quick hit for 1. We're at 2. Let's bring out the big guns. All right, so now the fun begins. Tidus doing Tidus things. Let's get all these extra HP attacks in. Like I said, at this point, I am still planning to use the burst and the summon in the next phase. So I don't want to work on it here, but here's where I want to get the big guns fighting up here. And so here we go. So now as you see here, I'm going to come in with Fran. Now's when I want to make sure this guy is getting all the HP up that I can, because like I said, we got to squeeze this thing down as much as we can. Now this is where I screwed up, because I said to myself, oh, I had Ramza coming up and I hit Galvanized. I should have just used the HP plus and waited. But then I said, oh, this is where you really wish you had the microphone on, because I was cursing myself up a storm, actually. So I was like, okay, I got 2. That's why I was double checking Innervate here. So this is why I went with my BT effect to try to get him down close to 40. Because right now, like I said, 39 is the big key. I figure I was going to be all right, but I still had the summon. That's why I went ahead and let him do his thing, and then I got the lucky break, which actually pushed Ramza behind him and set me up to be in good shape. So and then here comes Kurosame, start getting him in. So now I got debuffs galore on people. Refreshing the Ice Block. And that was at 40. And so I said, okay, good. I got Tidus coming. This is so Was debating whether or not to try to use Rem here, but I said, all right, we'll slash combo and it should get me what I need. And I was like, we're good, because that got me to 39, no more orb. Slash combo here, getting the double follow-ups. All right, and the not so bad Mega Flare. There you go, keep taking your HP damage. So I'm good here, but like I said, I'm watching the orb. 29 is the big one. Thankfully, Tidus jumped up. It's like, ooh, I got a ton of turns here. And I was debating whether or not to innervate with that. So I refreshed Fran there because I noticed that he was down to, that her debuff was down to 2 turns. And I said, oh, let me get Ramza in now, because then I'll push that thing up to 6. I'd rather have that thing sit as much as I can. Like I said, right now at this point, was still kind of freaking out about Tidus and his skills. I had really run through a whole bunch of those. Here was the big trick. Bringing in a Ramza Friend for Celes, because one thing I will admit, I don't know if you have a Ramza and a Ramza Friend, if you can stack the BT effects or not. I haven't tested it. I don't know. I was trying to go without Garnet. I was trying to do it the JP way, so to speak, where I wouldn't have to stress about that kind of stuff. Now, I knew I was getting close. This is why I went Rem now, because I was like, if I don't hit Tidus, if I use Tidus and then the orb comes up, I might have to waste another skill. So that's why I went with Rem here. But I decided to wait one more turn. The actual plan right now was to just get, freeze this orb here. And then I was thinking I wanted to leave Tidus there, but the problem was, even if I HP plussed, Tidus was going to move up anyway. So that's why when Tidus came up here, I had to make a bit of a change in plan. But, hey, the orb got frozen. At that point, that was the big key. And so I'm going to actually, like I said, I'm going to play it a little different now, because I wanted to bring that Ramza Friend in. But like I said, that attack right there is the thing I was worried about, because if I'd have had a Ramza Friend in there, that could have been a whole lot worse, and I would have had to figure out a way to heal him up. So that's why I'm bringing in the Ramza Friend, getting his BT effect up. As you can see, obviously the orb's at 1. I'm out of luck. The only thing I got left here is to summon and to see what's going to happen here with that. So obviously, if I wanted to summon, I would have much preferred Tidus to have the extra turn of Hellfire than what I did. That was probably a screw up. I should have just HP plussed. The shout was fine. That was ridiculous. I shouldn't have done that. So now I'm playing the game of where is A? Since I don't know where A is at this point, I'm trying to, okay, I've got to get Tidus obviously in front of him, because it's like, do I need to burst? Because as much damage as I was doing at this point. Now what I wish I'd have done, I should have probably just went ahead and added one more stack to one of my friend Ramzas there with that. So as you can see here, this is where I started getting, it's like it's at 14, that's going to move. So it's like we get the quick hit, we get the jack shot. I'm running low on the BT effect, which, with Tidus, don't get me wrong, but it's like right now at this point I'm good, because I know, hey, energy rain, that ain't going to move Tidus up. So that's why I said, okay, at this point, probably don't need to burst, since I've got everything I need. So that's why I throw this. It's like, let's try to spit out as much damage as we can here. So that's why you see me, trying to get that last Ramza LD. This Ramza LD, since I got Tidus, he's going to freeze the orb. And here we go. Tidus, as you can see here, I got 2 and 2. There ain't a whole lot of skills here left. So that's why I did slice and dice here. So that's attack number 1. And then I'm going to finish up with slash combo, which as you see is going to flip me a little earlier than I wanted. So it's like, okay, I have really got to, but thankfully my concern here was making sure nobody took a big HP attack. That was my concern with that. So as you can see, I decided to quick hit, and then I'm going to finish it with slash combo to get Tidus in front. That was my big concern here. not gonna lie, at this point it was really more of a race. What's gonna happen first? As you can see, I'm thinking this Ramza might do it. Oh, he didn't do it. It's like this launch is gonna do it, and as you're gonna see right here and now, that's gonna do it. Don't need to get to Tidus. So beautiful the way that whole thing worked out. So not too bad, not my best run. Like I said, the Garnet stuff was the best run and whatnot. So, but I gotta say, Celes, looking forward to when she gets crazy good. Ramza's still crazy good. Tidus is just nuts. So hey, you know, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, if this was helpful, please consider liking and subscribing, leaving a comment. I appreciate interacting with anybody who watches this, in particular if you enjoyed it or if you want to comment on how I could improve my gameplay. I appreciate that too. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.